hope you've had a great week. I've had a great week. I'm loving how everything is going. Hope you're doing well. In today's video, we're going to touch on the portfolio, just go over the portfolio, talk about the activities, what's been going on, which area has been doing well, which area has not been doing well, which area is more productive than the other. I'm talking about this. We're going to touch on that today. We're also going to take a look at this company, Nikola Motors. This company is supposed to be a competitor to Tesla, and I'm going to be pointing out some reasons why I really don't like the company, and they really don't provide much value to most people, and I'm going to touch on that in a bit. I'm going to touch on their investor relations. I'm going to look at their website. We're going to go over that together, and we're also going to compare them to Tesla. A lot of people also ask me, how do I track all my holdings and my investments? I'm going to share how I track it and how I keep up with everything. Just to make sure, I'm buying the right stocks at the right price and stuff like that. I'm going to go over this as well. So getting into the bread and butter here, as you can see, the portfolio has been doing amazing. The portfolio has been doing great. So far this week, the portfolio has earned about $1.33. Like I always say to you every single week, my main goal is to increase the amount of money that I earn, and I do that by constantly, as much as I can and as often as I can, putting money into the portfolio, because when you invest in the stock market, the only thing you can control, like I always say every single week, the only thing you can control is you can control the amount of money that you put in the portfolio. You can control the amount of earnings that the money earn you, well, to some extent, and at the same time, you're just trying to build up on the amount of money that you have in the portfolios. So the more you put in, the more you're gonna earn. The more you put in, the more you're gonna earn. But on Friday, the portfolio earned about $1.33 for the week. So that's the week of June 15th to June 20th. So like the five days, the portfolio generated about $7.46, and a total of $1,003 was put into the portfolio. Now this money is not going to start earning me money until 3 months from now. So every time you put money into a portfolio like this, it don't start generating cash for you until 3 months from now. So pretty much this money that came in is pretty much from what I've invested for 3 months ago. So 3 months from now, what I will be earning, if I go back in the video 3 months from now and look at June 15th, what I will be earning in the future will be a lot more than what I'm earning right now. But all in all, so far this week, portfolio has been doing really well. Earned $7.46 for the month. So far this month, May 20th to June 20th. So the past 30 days, as of the time that I'm recording this video, we've earned $18.12, and a total in space of 1 month. Like, I'm going ham and just working like crazy and putting money into the portfolio. We've put in almost 10 grand. The portfolio is doing great. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Most of the money that is going to be earned, like that this money is going to earn, is going to be within the next 3 months, right? Within the next 3 months, the amount of money that I should be earning from the portfolio on a consistent, regular basis should start growing, right? That is one of the things I wanted to point out to you. So for the week, this week, the portfolio generated almost $8. So that's great. So I wanted to point out the different section and how much the different section is earning. So the passive income section, shout out to Joseph Carlson for this one. For the passive income section, has generated $1.30, $1.34 for the week, and for the month it has generated $8. So this section of the portfolio is doing great. This is a section that all the stocks is divided into its own sectors, and as you can see, each sector also have a specific weighting that goes into it. So this section is doing great. Let me go to my other ones. This is the Stash Invest ETF. This particular one was imported from my previous broker, which was Stash, and this was the holdings, some of the holdings that I had in there. I just added this one, SPHD. I just added that one. This is a monthly paying dividend stock that I added. So this side has generated not much so far. This pays at the end of the month on the 30th of the month. So this should be paying me like $15. This pays at the 30th of the month as well. So this should be paying like about 50 cents or something like that. So this pays $13, and this should be paying like a few cents. There's not much money in there yet, but this section generated so far 87 cents. And let's see, our Berkshire Hathaway section for the month has generated $1.92. Doing well, it's doing great. Most of the companies that are in here, they're still in business, they're still doing their thing, even during the recession, and basically still getting paid from them. The other one I want to point out is the Stash stock. So this is the pure stock plays that I have in my old broker, which was Stash, that I moved over. So that's hence the reason why I have this name, so it's easy for me to track personally. So for the month, this section of the portfolio has generated about $1.24. And most of the companies, some of them pay dividends, some of them don't. Facebook don't, but most of the company, Google don't, Alibaba don't. All these tech companies, they don't, because they put all their money into growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But majority of the companies that I have in here, they pretty much all pay dividend. So for the month, each section is doing great. This other sections right here, those are just pure ETFs geared towards global growth, ultra aggressive, and global value. The reason why I have this set up this way is I want it to be as diversified as possible, right? Because you always hear of diversification. I do not want to have to worry about anything when it comes to investing. All I want to do is I want to keep up with the companies, see what they're doing, how they're making their money. I want to keep up with them, seeing if dividends are not being cut too significantly. And so far, much of the dividend that I receive hasn't been cut as much yet. But I'm diversified. I set up this portfolio this way so I can be as diversified as possible, right? I have all these different companies in all these different sectors, and at the same time I couple my portfolio up with ETFs, right? Because ETFs and all this ETFs is basically a basket of stocks. So one of this can have like, let's actually just jump into it and see how many it has. I can go and look at the details of this, and you can see how many holdings. As you can see, so this right here, just one of it has over 8,360 holdings. So what that means is if one company out of the 8,000. If one company is not doing well, they're not doing what they're supposed to do, their business is declining, they get kicked out of this ETF, right? They get kicked out of it, and it's basically just going to be instead of just putting all your money into one company, you're spreading it out through 8,300 companies. So I thought I should point that out to you that you're listening. I thought I should point that out. So that's pretty much it. I have this Warren Buffett's portfolio, like I've explained before. This side is just to trying to imitate what Warren Buffett is doing with his money, and just pretty much trying to do the same here. This side is completely managed by M1. So if Warren Buffett sells something, they go in and they sell whatever he sells, or if he buys something, they go in and buy whatever he buys, right? Or if he add a new company to his portfolio, they go in and they add a new company to the portfolio as well. So this is just pure me just copying Warren Buffett's portfolio right here. And yeah, so that's pretty much how I have this set up. I have this set up because this works for me. This is true diversification at its core, right? No one company that I have in here can make me lose my entire savings, my entire money, right? No one company in here can make me lose that. And at the same time, if I go and I look for an ETF, for example, like this one, right? This one might have like over 1,000 companies in there. So if one company is not doing well out of the 1,000, that company just get chopped off, another one gets added, right? So I personally believe that a good portfolio that is geared towards this kind of a strategy, which is dividend investing, this portfolio is primarily geared towards earning me money on a regular basis, on a daily basis. That's what this portfolio is geared towards, because all this company that I have in here, all of them, they all pay at different times. They all pay different times, and they all pay, most of them, I think like 90% of the company that I have all pay dividend, and they all pay at different times. So this is what will help my portfolio grow exponentially once I start earning like $200-300 or even up to $500 at some point in passive income, in just pure dividend. Once I start earning $500-600, the portfolio, the compounding will just start going crazy and just start working its magic. If you don't know, I have a video that I've posted about recurring investment and compounding interest. You can go watch that video if you don't really know much about compounding. But yeah, the portfolio is working great. It's just working like a well-oiled machine. And so far this year, like I said in previous video, last year I deposited roughly about $800. I was just kind of testing out the platform, seeing how it is. But I've completely fallen in love with the platform, and it's going. I'm gonna just focus on really putting in money into the portfolio and letting the money work, letting my portfolio just work for me. So far we got $11,000 that we've deposited in 2020. Hopefully I can get this up to 50,000 is the goal. Hopefully I can get that up there as soon as possible. Let's pop into activities here, and we look at earn dividend. As you can see, this is how they all come in. They all come in at different times, different companies. Home Depot. So there you go. You see, you go and buy stuff at Home Depot, boom. They pay us, the investor, by just owning the company. You get paid. Now, it's not much yet, but over time, the amount of money that I have and I built in, that I have in all these companies, they're gonna grow over time. Look at McDonald's, just even paid 8 cents. That's great. Yeah, so there you go. That's how the money comes in. That's how it comes in on a regular basis. And like I said, this portfolio is just geared towards dividend. That's it. It's geared towards dividend. And the way that I have it set up, I have it set up in such a way that I have very strong companies, very strong companies that I know no matter what happened to the economy, people are still gonna need their energy, right? They're still gonna need electricity. They're still gonna need water. And these companies are just pure solid companies that are earning billions of dollars from the American economy. Like, they earning billions of dollars. You have look at the bank, the finance sector here. All these companies, they earn crazy amount of money from the economy, from everybody. So as an investor in a company, you get rewarded for being an owner. You get rewarded for being an owner, and this is the reward right here. This is the reward. You might look at this as, oh, this is not much, this is just cents. Don't worry, 2 years from now, we're gonna see what this is. So stick around, subscribe to the channel, stick around. My goal with the channel is just to share my journey with everybody. Just subscribe, share my videos with other people as well. Share my videos, subscribe. Thanks. So for those that are interested in knowing, because I've gotten a couple of people that have asked me, how do you keep track of your portfolio and everything like that? This is exactly how I keep track of it. These are all the holdings that I have in M1, right? These are all the holdings that I have in M1, and ever so often, what I do is I just go check them out, go see what's going on, see if they present any opportunity for me to be able to buy, add a little bit to the portfolio. This is how I keep track of them. I just keep an eye on what they're doing. I hit the year-to-date button. You get to see, okay, this is how they're doing. Usually situations like this, as you can see here, would have been a great time to start buying more. But I missed that one to buy extra. I missed this one. But yeah, this is how I just keep track of the portfolio. I have a list of all the companies that I own, and the ones that I want to keep a close eye on, I put a red star, just highlight it, and you just keep a close eye on it. As you can see, I highlighted it from here. I probably added a little bit. I bought some at this point. At this point, possibly, because I do a lot of stuff like this in the background to my portfolio, right? I do a lot of stuff like going in, buying a little bit when the stock price is really low, going in, buying a piece of the company just to add extra value. Like here, I remember Twitter. I was looking at Twitter at this point, and I added a little bit. I think I added like 10 or 20 bucks. I added a little bit. I don't remember exactly how much, but I added a little bit at this point, and then as you can see, it's gone up. So it added a little bit of value to my portfolio. And yeah, this is how I just basically keep track of the companies that I own, and this is just how I keep track. If you also want to know what this is and how to set all this stuff up, I have everything set up on. I have a video on this actually. It's gonna probably show up in the cards, or you can just click on the I button. And I've gone through how I have this set up, how I set it up, why I use it. This is actually what I pretty much trade with. If you know about Ichimoku or anything like that, this is what I trade with. But I have a video on how to set this up. I'll put it in the cards. So on the other news with the Federal Reserve, their balance sheet has basically kind of been plateauing. It's been going down. So that means like the Fed hasn't been pumping much money into the market lately. So as you can see, the S&P 500 for the week really didn't make much of a move. If we go and check the past 5 days, the past 5 days hasn't really made much of a move. It's kind of like been in a range. So from here to there, it's just pretty much been in a range for the past 5 days. Not much has really happened. It had a huge push up here, I guess. It had a huge push up here, but all throughout the week, the market has just pretty much been in a range. Nothing is happening, and the Fed hasn't been buying much stocks. They did announce that they're gonna start buying corporate bonds, and corporate bonds is just basically lending money to companies. A government do it, companies can do it, cities do it, municipalities do it. So the Fed is basically lending money to companies now, companies that have good balance sheets and those things. If the Fed is basically just providing liquidity. They're providing money to the government. To companies, you name it. The Fed is basically providing liquidity to them. But on the bigger note, the big thing that I wanted to touch on this week is Nikola Motors. Nikola Motors, I do not understand why a company that claims to be the next gen of electric cars, I do not know why the company is worth almost $25 billion. A company that hasn't even made one car. Like, they haven't really made anything that you can see that, oh yeah, this is what this company, this is what they do. Like, look, they are worth almost $25 billion with a B. If we go and look at Ford, right? We go and look at Ford. We know that, okay, Ford is going through a rough time right now. They're going through a rough patch, right? Ford is going through a rough patch. Obviously, Tesla and all that, they're really killing them. But we look at Ford's market cap right here. Ford is worth $25 billion, and this company has been around, they've been around for like 100 years, right? This company has been around Ford has been around for 100 years, and they're worth $25 billion, right? And now you have a company like this, like Nikola Motors, that they haven't really made anything. They haven't made any car. They haven't sold anything, and their company is worth almost $25 billion. Ford last year, even though Ford is going through a rough patch, Ford last year made over like $160 billion all throughout last year just by selling cars. This company haven't made any money, zero, right? And they're worth $25 billion. How can this not be a bubble? This right here, it's a bubble. Like, at some point, their stock price was worth almost $90 at some point. Their stock price was worth almost $80. That is crazy to me. I do not understand how people are buying this stock with confidence. I personally think it's gonna come right back down to earth, right about where it used to be, around $11, right? I personally think it's coming down. I would not be buying this company at this point. Matter of fact, I'm shorting this company. Now, this is not advice. I'm not telling you to invest in this company. Please don't invest in this company. I'm not advising anybody to invest. I'm just sharing my knowledge with you guys. So this is Nikola Motors. This is their website. If I hit their main website, so they have plans, and these are all plans, right? They have plans to create this type of car, right? So it's supposed to be an hydrogen car, right? And and at the same time they also make electric cars. Now this is their prototype. This is what their charging stations will look like in the future. And then this like their sports car. They planning on building cars for the military and all these things, right? But right now, what they're doing, what they're doing right now, they don't really have any products. They don't really have anything out that people can use, right? Most people that are investing in this company at the moment, they're just investing in ideas. They're investing in ideas. They're investing in hype, right? I personally will not be touching the stock. Matter of fact, I'm shorting the stock. This is not, in my opinion, this is not a company that can survive, right? All this that you're seeing right here, this is all pure ideas. This is just pure ideas. What they're planning on doing in the future. I do not, with the amount, with the numbers. If you look at their plans and you go and read up on everything, I actually spent like an hour looking at this, reading up on things. I personally do not think they're going to accomplish this, all the stuff that they're saying within the time that they're saying they're going to accomplish it. I guess that's why the stock just pretty much went parabolic. It just went straight up ever since they merged, because they used a special acquisition vehicle. What that basically mean is they merge. So Nikola Motors merged with Vector IQ, and Vector IQ is a publicly traded company, and their job is to be public and wait until another person wanna buy them, or they find a company that they wanna merge with. So this company was initially listed on the stock market as VTIQ, and then when they merged with Nikola Corporation, they became NIKL, right here. They became NKLA. So I highly recommend you go and read up on this company. Me personally, I'm not investing in them. I'm going to be shorting the stock because I personally think they still have a long way to go. A long way to go. Matter of fact, if you pop over and look at their competitor, that they say that the competitor don't have anything to do with them, which I think is just crazy, right? Because you can't just come from nowhere and say, oh, you're gonna do this and do this and do this, and you just have plans and ideas, and the plans and ideas are not even concrete, in my opinion, right? Because Nikola Motors plan to like outsource everything. They want to outsource everything, like parts, making. They just want to just hold on to the name and the designs of the vehicle, but they want to outsource everything. What if you have a situation whereby maybe one of your suppliers, they go bankrupt or something? So now it's not going to hold up the whole production line, as compared to what Tesla is doing, which they're doing the same thing like what Apple did. They did like vertical integration. So Tesla now, for example, right? Tesla as a company, they make the bumper, they make the doors, they make the handles, they make the mirror, like they make everything, right? And the reason why I say that Tesla provide more of a value proposition is, if let's say you buy the car, right? If you buy the car, as an investor, this is what I look at before I invest my money into a company, right? How is this company going to survive, right? I want to invest my money into a company that is an ecosystem. Like for example, Apple is an ecosystem. Microsoft is an ecosystem. Amazon is an ecosystem. Google is an ecosystem, right? Tesla is an ecosystem, because Tesla is, for me personally, I don't see Tesla as a car company. I see Tesla as an energy company, right? Let's say you're a customer, right? And you buy the Tesla car. You buy the car. There's a likelihood that by you buying the car, eventually you might buy the solar roof, right? And if you buy the solar roof, there's a chance that you're gonna buy this battery right here, which is where all the energy from the solar roof is stored for you to charge your car and also to power your house. Now, a company like this, this is just what I just told you. This is just a segment of their business. They're doing solar roof, they're doing solar panel, they're doing mega packs. I mean, I'm so bullish on Tesla. It's ridiculous. Look at all this is their car lineups, and then they have the solar panel lineups. They have the Cybertruck coming out. They even have they have an electric truck that's gonna compete with Nikola. So I do not know why people are driving up their stock. I don't understand why this company is worth $25 billion and they've never even made a dime before. They've never made money. Even if you're a regular person, you're just a person just existing in this country, you're just a regular person, and you sell stuff on Amazon, or you've sold something on Facebook, or you've sold your old car, you've made more money than Nikola Corporation. You've made more money flipping stuff on eBay than this company, and their stock is worth almost $25 billion. Same thing as Ford. How is this possible? Is beyond me. It's completely beyond me. I think this is one of those companies that eventually is gonna be going down to maybe around this price, right? Around $10 until they start producing things, right? Because the same thing when Tesla first started. I've been following Tesla since 2012, right? When Tesla first started, they started with a Roadster, which was more expensive. They used the Lotus body, and then they hook it up with batteries and motors and all these things, and they sold it. They sold a bunch of it. It was expensive, but they took that money to make Model Ys, and then they took the money that they made to do solar panel and doing this and that. And this is the kind of thing that I want to see in a company, right? And Tesla is probably worth 100 and something billion, but they deserve that money. They deserve to be worth that money because they have products, they have services, they are producing things, they're creating value that we can see and touch. And you know, and obviously as an investor, you probably would benefit a lot from a Tesla, because look, their stock is almost at 1,000. It's crazy. Stock is almost at 1,000. But I am not a big fan of Nikola Motors. I'm not big fan of this company. I personally think, and this is my opinion, this is just my opinion, people, don't sue me, bro. Don't sue me. This company is going to come down to earth at some point. It's going to come down to earth, probably right about this $10, while you're developing whatever you need to develop to start selling the car. I wish the company good luck. I hope, we need more solar panel cars, we need more electric cars and all these things. But the hydrogen car, even if you look at all the energy it would take to get the hydrogen for the car, it's gonna take a long time. So I'm just gonna watch. I'm not buying this company. Matter of fact, full disclosure, I have a short position on this company.